What's different about the guy you met all those days ago, all those years ago with the Blue?
Way more is the same than different. He's always just had unbelievable competitive instincts. He's always in the team. He's never playing his numbers. He's never playing. He's just perpetually in the team, and he's got unbelievable competitive presence. Like he's very, very aware on the court. He's never distracted. Out there on the floor, he just watch him on a dead ball tonight. Choose one dead ball and just watch him, and he's going to be looking at the other coach, looking at me, looking at the scoreboard, talking to his teammates, and he's always on with that, and he's always been like that. So he's obviously he's learned the pictures. He anticipates things way better now, because of his experience level. But the foundation of his character and who he is as a player has been the same, as long as I've seen him.
Talk about bringing guys in like Hartenstein. Like, I think people maybe thought of him like fitting him in as who he was then, but you talked about him as like a guy who still can grow here. For a guy like Caruso, who you say has seen all the pictures, like where does he grow at this stage? What does that look like for him?
Well, there's two ways to look at it. There's how they grow individually in like a developmental vacuum, and that can be, for different guys. Hartenstein has a runway. He's 26. He's not 35. He's a young guy still, and has a young game still. I think there's a lot more there that he can nurture over time. But then there's their development inside of the team that they're on, and that takes time as well. And that's where AC, he's a pretty actualized defensive player for sure. Offensively, I think he's quietly done a really good job with his decision making this year. That's always been something that can be a little bit up and down with him, and his decisions have been outstanding with the ball, whether it's shoot, pass, drive, all that. He's really stirred the drink offensively lately for us with his passing. But his real development is developing inside of this team with these teammates, chemistry with individual guys, communication with the team. I mean, you can always grow in that as a team, and I think that's where there's still room for opportunity with both of those guys, because they're as seamless of a fit as they are. They're still relatively new here.
One of the bigger topics this season around Hartenstein has been his passing and sort of how that's helped you guys out. Where have you seen the most value from him as a playmaker adding to this roster, and what's sort of the value of just having a playmaker who's at that size and position?
I think, it's any great passer, to me, they're going to make some plays that are like impressive, and he threads the needle on some plays that it's really impressive at his size, and that's a good mark of a guy's capability. But the best guys hit singles. They're like really good A to B players, and that's where the value really comes, is like the ones that aren't assists, and his ability to reset possessions in particular is very valuable, where you try to create an initial advantage, the defense stops you for one reason or another, and now he's an outlet. I've said that about Jay Will. They're like check down guys in football. It's like he's not open, he will be. And you can throw it to those guys, and coming back to basketball, they can reset the possession, and they can get you to the next action and create the next advantage within the same possession. It's rare to have that. Most teams, when you watch them, when the possession stalls, everything stops, and it usually just is like call up, pick and roll, or ISO, and you're just at the mercy of the effectiveness of the player with the ball, which sometimes is good enough. But if you want to be a team that plays on the move like we do, having guys like that you could throw the ball to, that are available, that can make a great decision. And he's not getting assists for most of those possessions, but it's highly valuable.
Anybody else?
Yep, thanks.
Yeah.